Yes.
Why didn't the local Hawaiian people, seeing how well the men doing union work with stone, begin to learn to do it themselves?
Why didn't the Hawaiian people begin to work with stone? First of all, it seemed to them be an awful lot of work, and for their needs, they didn't have to do that. Hawaiians became very good at fitting natural stones without having to cut them. And they may have also at some point lost the art, okay, because that happens. Often what would happen in a culture in Polynesia and in other places too, but I can say for sure in Polynesia, certain kinds of tasks would become the specialty of a certain family group. And the secrets of how to do that particular thing were kept within the family group. So they were not widespread knowledge. They had many kinds of guilds, like the European craft guilds. And so these guilds were like schools. They had a master. They had only certain people who were able to study there. One of the ones, for instance, was stoneworking here on Hawaii. Those people who found the stone and cut and carved it, you know, anybody could do a certain amount of work with some of the stone, but when you had people doing fine work like this, which is an original poi pounder, okay, beautifully carved, all well balanced and everything like that, that took special talent. And the people who did that were the specialists. There were specialists in canoe building, specialists in wood carving, specialists in almost every endeavor. There weren't really specialists at house building. In other words, like an exclusive group. Everybody could build their own house, but there were enterprising groups of Hawaiians who specialized in house building for other people. So it was not a closed club, but they saw an opportunity for earning a living, and so they became, you know, a very loose carpenters union. Okay, not really a union, that wouldn't be fair. A kind of company of carpenters. Okay, and so there were these groups of people. But otherwise, anybody could dance. But only the specialists could dance the way the professionals did. And Hawaii had professional dance troupes. Okay, lots of ones, which is why hula survived here but did not survive in Tahiti. The Tahitian dance that we see today was something the Tahitians had to borrow from Fiji, as well as with most of their weapons and costumes and things like that, because when the French went in to Tahiti, all of the esoteric arts, all of the crafts, all of the dance and the legends and all of that was held by one group called the Arioi. And so it was a very powerful group. But the problem was that when the French came, all they had to do was wipe out this one group and the whole culture was devastated. So Tahitians lost most of their legends, most of their culture when that happened. And so now they're in the process of, still in the process of rebuilding. It's been within the past 10, 15 years that they've begun to incorporate Hawaiian-style dance into their own dance. Okay. Before that, it was strictly Tahitian, which meant nothing but hip swinging practically. Okay? But today it's starting to get more cultural overtones.